Hello my loves, welcome back to a new video. I hope everyone is having an okay day today. I had a recovery story planned for today, but unfortunately the person couldn't make it, so another week without one. But I promise you guys that there will be new ones coming, because I've just been getting a lot of positive feedback, because I think the thing about this recovery stories is that it gives people hope and it gives people motivation. And often that is, I would say, like maybe even 50% of the recovery is just like being hopeful about your chances of recovery and seeing other people recover. So what I thought I'd do today is give you guys a little bit of a pep talk, which I know you all need. And so that's what this video will be about today. I'm gonna give you guys some motivation, some hopeful, positive, like pep talk on the fact and the truth that you actually can recover, and that I 100% believe that every single person that struggles with an existential crisis, that struggles with existential anxiety, that struggles with symptoms of DPDR is fully capable of recovering. And I'm going to explain you why, and then I'm also going to explain you, I think, like about 4 things that you can do to speeden up that process a little bit. And so the reason I wanted to make this video today is because lately, and actually ever since I started working in this field, but especially lately, and I'll explain why, I've been noticing a huge gap between the fact that people believe that their chance of recovery is so small and what I actually see in people that do my course, that I work with in sessions, and just people that, like comment on my YouTube videos sometimes or send me messages. There's such a huge gap between the two, and they couldn't be more far apart, because I think every single person I've ever worked with or that I've ever talked to has reported when they start this journey that they just literally don't think they can ever recover, and that they believe they are the exception, like that 1% of people that will never get out of this. And I've made a video before about why that feels the way it feels. It mostly has to do with the fact that if you don't see something happening, it's hard to believe that it will be possible. Very simply, why I've discovered recently that the gap between these two sides couldn't be more big is just a very small example. So the last couple of months, I've had to start a waiting list for sessions because I've had too many clients to puzzle in a week. So sometimes I have a waiting list. And so what I recommend people that want to start coaching but that have to be on this waiting list is to start with my recovery course, because basically all the tools you need practically are in the course, and then it gives them something to start working with themselves. And then if I have a spot, I contact them and we can work together. And I've noticed that when I actually get to reaching people back from the waiting list, like 50% of them say that they already feel better. Like usually these are people that have taken the course just because then they're more actively working on their recovery. But I've also had people like kind of comment after a month, like, hey, I'm actually already feeling better, and I'm just gonna wait it out by myself. And it's very strange, because I would say that this is literally for 50 people in my 50% of people in the waiting list that I contact after a few weeks time, after a month, to kind of just let them know I have an opening now. They report that they already feel a lot better, either from my course or just having these tools that they've been working with for themselves. And it surprises me because, well, it doesn't surprise me because I know it's possible for everyone, but every single time that I talk to people and they report like, I am never going to recover, I'm never going to feel better, I always think, like, how strange that everyone thinks that and that people recover so quickly. And part of that is also because, and I've talked about this in the past, the people that recover don't go back online to share their stories enough. That's why I wanted to do these recovery stories in the first place. I wanted to tell you guys today that basically why every single person can recover. But the reason why every single person can recover is because DPDR is a very logical, biological defense mechanism of your nervous system in a case of threat or overload of stress. Both in the case of anxiety, of existential anxiety, of panic attacks, and of DPDR, so symptoms of depersonalization and derealization, this is not something that is dropped in you by God or by whatever you tell yourself that kind of made this happen. It's not that there's something now wrong with your brain. That's literally not what it is. What it is subconsciously there is a message that your brain interprets life to be unsafe, or interprets your experience of life to be unsafe. And if that subconscious message is a story that keeps playing, then you will keep experiencing anxiety and panic and symptoms of DPDR, because it's literally your nervous system trying to protect you. And so if you are not recovering, it is because that story is still playing, and that story is still going on subconsciously. And it's because your body obviously still feels the need to run away from the danger, to fight the danger, or to disconnect from the danger. And so you can recover, but it is a different journey than most people think it is about. And that's what the frustrating thing is, something I talk a lot about in my course. There's such a difference between your conscious and your subconscious, and it almost feels like your body is acting against you, because you clearly see that everything is safe, but your body is reacting differently. Your nervous system, your brain is reacting differently, and it's because you have a human brain and an animal brain, and sometimes they don't tell the same story, and that's where the confusion goes on. So why I know everyone can recover is because every single person's brain has neuroplasticity and has the capacity to change, and every single person has the capacity to change their subconscious messaging. I'm very optimistic about the recovery process, also because I've seen it. I've seen a lot of people recover that always also never thought they could recover. For the people that are struggling with this already for a long time, so people that have struggled for 6 years or 10 years or however long, I kind of want to share something, because I know that it can maybe be frustrating to hear people talk about, oh, recovery is possible, and you can recover because you've probably heard this before, and you've probably felt like this before and hopeful before, and then truth turned out to prove you wrong. But what I kind of want to share as well in this video is there's a cause for every single thing, and there is a solution to every single cause. Sometimes it takes just a while to figure out the cause, to understand what your body, what your brain actually need and actually are trying to recover from or trying to protect you from. And it is also sometimes just a frustrating journey, and I I cannot imagine what that must feel like, because for me it was not like that. I recovered rather quickly, but yeah, what I want to say is that I'm not someone that believes that if you've struggled with this for a long time that you cannot recover. I do believe that there probably are a lot of deep-rooted limiting beliefs that you now have that also kind of influence the process in a negative way. Like I said, if you really do not believe you can recover anymore, that is also going to impact the way your brain opens up to having a change. And that's where maybe the search sometimes just takes a bit more time, and it's frustrating, but I know that it is possible. And I just want to tell you that because I believe in every single one of you. Like I said, I've worked with people that have had it for a long time and that did recover. I've worked with people that had it for a few months and took a year to recover. It is sometimes a search, but I believe that you can recover. And if you don't believe it yourself, just believe that I believe. So what are some things that you can do to speed up the process? The first thing is, let the truth of your ability to recover prove to you that you can recover, and not the belief or the thought in your mind. So what I mean with this is invest in your recovery process put in the time, the effort to really take this process seriously and to really get actively working on it, because I think a lot of people don't, because they just say, well, I'm not going to recover anyway, so why would I put in the effort? And you could choose that route, but then nothing's ever going to change. And it's not because this thought in your mind tells you you can't recover that you also can't recover. So that's my first little tip. Try and open your mind up to the possibility of recovery by just investing it in any ways and letting the truth show to you that you can feel better. The second thing that speeds up the process is, like I was talking about before, doing subconscious reprogramming. The brain communicates, your subconscious brain communicates differently than your conscious mind does. Your conscious mind communicates with thoughts, with rational thinking and reflecting, but your subconscious communicates with feeling and physical sensations and emotions that are stored a lot deeper within. And so it helps to, when you think about the fact that it is all about making your subconscious feel safe again, making your body, your brain feel safe again, subconscious reprogramming is one of the easiest ways to do that. Yeah, subconscious programming is something that definitely does speed up the process, that I very strongly believe in. Subconscious reprogramming has saved me from my eating disorder. It has saved me from my depression. It has saved me from my anxiety. It has saved me from a lot of things in my life. I still do subconscious reprogramming till this day. If I have stress, if I have patterns come up, I'll use my coaching tools on myself all the time, because it's just, for me, one of the quickest ways to turn a pattern around or to install a certain deeper feeling. So if you are interested in subconscious reprogramming, I really recommend you to kind of look it up and research it. And if you want to really take that to the next step, you could always explore that in my recovery course as well. The third thing that I want to recommend you to speed up the process is to stop going online, looking at Reddit, reading comments, because what your brain does is it will want to keep that subconscious story of not being able to recover going, because then it will know what to prepare for. So it's better when you're anxious, it's better to prepare for the worst case scenario than to hope for the best. And so if you even go online, even though there's plenty of people maybe sharing a positive recovery, your mind will subconsciously look for that one story of that one person that has still had it for 10 years or for a long time. Because weirdly enough, as much as we want to recover, our brain wants to keep the story alive of not being able to recover, because then it knows to prepare for the worst case scenario, and it's safer to prepare for the worst case scenario than to hope for the best. So if you cut that out altogether, you only focus on positive progress, you only focus on your recovery, and you cut out all negativity, you will stop this subconscious story of I can't recover, I'm doomed, I'm never going to get better. And again, if you really subconsciously believe you're not going to get better, you are not going to get better, because you won't open your brain up to receiving a different story. And the last tip that I have for you, which is something that you don't need my course for, you don't need therapy for, you can explore by yourself, is to try creating a consistent routine of meditation. Meditation is one of those tools that you can actually also reach your subconscious with by learning to sit in silence for long periods of time. You also start reframing a lot of your own patterns and becoming aware of them. And also the consistency is very important. So create a consistent meditation routine of meditating every single day if you have to, for months at a time. I know that's difficult because we want that quick fix, and through, for example, subconscious reprogramming, you are able to get to access that a little bit quicker. But if you want to stick with, for example, meditation, which actually was one of the things that helped me the most when I was going through my existential anxiety and DPDR, I did not know about subconscious reprogramming so much myself. That's something I learned afterwards through my coaching training. For me personally, meditation was one of the things that helped me the best in my recovery, and that I would recommend really throwing yourself consistently into exploring different types of meditation. I have a few meditations on my channel that you can explore that combine going within meditatively with also muscle relaxation and kind of calming the body down. Also have meditation for that on my course. There's a lot of meditation you can try just online. There's a lot of free content out there as well nowadays. So there's just so much you can explore there, and I, to this day, still meditate every single day, and it will help you speeden up the process a little bit. So yeah, I hope you guys had some good pep talk motivation coming out of this video, and that you feel a little bit more motivated, maybe understand a little bit more as well some things that are going on. I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend. It's been a pleasure to talk to you again. I want to wish you all so much love and warmth. I'm thinking of every single one of you. I know this is difficult. I know this is hard. But as I said today, I know it's possible as well. So yeah, I love you all, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.